don't like my 8:40. So hackers from all over the country have come to town for the Black Hat Convention. Now we're going to talk with one of the companies to get inside the mind of a hacker and find out the best ways you can protect yourself.
All right, Monica, thank you. So far this year, more than 800 breaches have been reported in the U.S. Protecting your data is now more important than ever. And we have Carolyn Crandall from Attivo Networks, who's taking a break from the Black Hat Convention to give us some tips. And I like your title. It's Deception Technology CMO. Is that kind of? Well, you're the Chief Marketing Officer, of course, but Deception Technology. I just like that topic. I know that's not your title, but it's very cool to be a part of that.
Yeah, I actually like Chief Deception Officer.
Right? That's very cool. That's very Bondish.
Very Bondish, yes.
So let's talk a little bit. It's important to first mention that everybody at the Black Hat Convention is not like this wild hacker running loose, right? I mean, these are talented folks that are part of organizations.
Right. So it's funny, the conference is called Black Hat, but we're actually the white hats at this conference.
Okay,
so
the good guys.
You know, we're trying to be here to be able to deal with all the new forms of hacking and attacks and malware that's coming out there. And so we are trying to stop the bad guys. And, you know, clearly by the increase in breaches, if we end up going at the pace we are, we're going to have 1,500 by the end of the year. And that is a massive increase compared to the 1,100 we had last year.
Yeah.
And so we need to do something. And so 15,000 people are all rallying together a Black Hat to try to figure out how do we stop the bad guys.
Okay, first of all, I just have to ask, of those 15,000 people, how many can change our election process?
Good amount.
A good amount. See, so it just goes to show. I mean, this Russian thing is, you know, even though President Trump says that there's no, you know, there's nothing, no proof, even though our intelligence community says there is, from that convention and that community, it's pretty easy.
Yeah, well, if you simply look at last year, there was 1 billion records that were stolen 2 years ago, and then last year there were 4 billion. And so doesn't feel like we're getting better at keeping people out of our networks and protecting our data. And what it tells us is that we need to take some new approaches to what we're doing.
Okay.
And most companies try to focus on prevent the bad guys, keep everybody out, build your tall castles, deep moats, and keep everybody out. But the reality is 25% of the crimes happen from people inside the network or contractors or suppliers, so they're already in.
Okay.
And these attackers are getting more sophisticated and crafty, and so they're finding holes, loopholes, things that are unpatched, or just phishing. You know, as smart as we all try to be to not click on that thing, 1 in 130 emails is phishing.
Wow.
And so we fall victim and we click on the wrong piece, and then we give the attacker the entry into the system. So it's not hard to get into a network.
Anything that we can do, and that would help? I mean.
So one is especially the phishing email piece. I was at a conference recently, and I was talking to a couple of the secure ops people, and they said still 20 to 30% of their employees click on the phishing emails. So I'd say if you're not 100% sure, send it to IT, don't click. The other thing is for your own protection, don't go shopping online when you're on Wi-Fi. Make sure to do that while you're at your own home, and that will help you, help you make sure that your information is out there and protected. So it's definitely a balance. We want to have a very open, connected, communicating society, but at the same time, we need to take protections to not share our information in open environments. And companies need to take a different approach to not just rely on the prevention, to start putting more investment into detection technology so that they know quickly when the bad guys are in the network. And that's a lot of what Attivo Networks do, is we take a page out of the military, out of gambling, out of sports, and we use deception. We set the traps and lures out there for the attacker because they're looking for things, and once they engage with us, they shouldn't be. So once they touch us, we can tell them that there's something bad going on and they can address that.
Okay. Now, these people that are insiders and the ones that are doing illegal activity, do you feel like there's enough of a punishment to keep these people from doing it again in the legal system?
Oh boy, that's a tricky question, because the thing is they cover their tracks so well. And if you consider, on average, it takes 99 days to detect that there's a threat. And still, only 1 in 5 of those threats are getting detected by the organization versus them getting notified by somebody else that they've been breached. And so that gives an attacker lots of time to be able to cover their tracks. And that's why, with a change into more detection technology that's able to have an engagement mechanism. So the attack comes in, detect it's there, and then watch it. Let it see how it moves throughout the network. Let it see how it communicates back with its command and control.
Yeah, it takes a lot of time.
You track it so you can stop it from coming back again or spreading somewhere else.
All right, Carolyn, good stuff. You know what? Get back to that convention. Okay, we need you over there. We'll be right back. Man, it's like overwhelming.